Welcome to another episode of Fave 5 from Fans, the podcast all about favorites. I'm your ever enthusiastic host, and for some reason, I today have invited back Professor, 70s kid, and oh yeah, author Josemite Hall. By the way, Siri calls you Josemite when I ask her to text you.
Which is also incorrect.
No, I think it's in my phone that way, so I'm pretty sure that's it.
Right. I'm certain of it.
All right, so before you pee your pants, Jay Hall, why don't you tell us what we're going to be talking about today?
We are talking about American sports ball, although not only American. I don't know about yours, but mine.
True. Yeah.
We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about our favorite logos slash mascots in sports. And I have to ask you, Jamie, being a notorious sports fan like you are,
Oh, yeah.
how
Oh,
hard was this list for you to put together?
incredibly. The amount of mascots and logos that I went through,
Nice.
it just, oof, wow. I mean, it was, because, I love so many American sports ball teams and so many different American sports teams. And then when I stopped to think about all of the European, Australian, all of those teams that I follow.
Chinese.
Oof. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I don't mind putting in the work for you, Josemite.
Oh, see, that makes my heart feel good, in
Mhm.
spite of what you call me.
So, sports teams logo. Okay. Um, we set some rules before we got started that you won't follow, but let's not
Not a
talk about
chance.
honorable mentions yet.
Not a chance.
What we decided on was the logos or mascot for any team, fictional or real. And of course, I think
Yes.
most of them are fictional because I don't really go to them. But, why is it that you guys can play fantasy football and it's fine, but if we play Dungeons and Dragons, we're nerds? Why is that?
So I do one of those two things, and it's not fantasy football because, as we're going to learn as we go through this, so I am a sports guy. That is going to be very obvious very quickly. I am wearing a baseball jersey, got a ball. I mean, I'm into it, but I am also very much a nerd.
Sure.
So it's right there at heart. If you've seen me on any of the other conversations that you and I have had, you know that's true. So we're
And
gonna
you're a
get a little
simian
nerdy,
lover.
and I do love my simians. So we're gonna get nerdy even in the midst of all of the sports balling that will also be going on.
All right. All right. Well, like we normally do, we start out with honorable mentions, and honorable mentions are those things that just couldn't make the list or were so just memorable you had to talk about them. That's what regular guests do. Um, Jay Hall will probably go for the record of honorable mentions. I mean, as we already know, pretty close. Mark Sino has 25 items on a list before.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking if you like someone, I think you just said it, if I was to bet the over under that I would bet the over for
bet the
you.
over, bet the over.
That's what we're gonna do. So I'm not even gonna ask how many honorable mentions you have. I'm just gonna sit back. I got me a book and just want you to just go ahead and give us your honorable mentions.
So let me make this disclaimer before we get started. And I'm going to make several of them. So just, you can make a list, whatever you need to do. My honorable mentions are going to be dispersed throughout the show. So I'm going to give you some right now. But when I told you to bet the over, I meant collectively across everything that's going to happen. So prepare yourself. But so as to not disappoint, my first honorable mention is actually four teams
Of course it is.
because I know that there's five logos. We'll get to it. Just settle down because people are going to watch this and say, why didn't you talk about your favorite teams? But that's not what we're talking about, right, Jamie? It's our favorite logos.
Right.
But for my honorable mention, I did bring my favorite teams because I do love them, even though I don't think they're the best logo. So we have the University of Oklahoma. That's kind of iconic
And
because of
out of order.
history of winning and settle down. So we got the University of Oklahoma. We have Baylor. Baylor has had a lot of different mascots, logos through the years, but Sailor Bear is kind of the one that those of us who were around in the 80s really love.
That like
We
Sailor
have
Moon?
no, very different,
Oh,
very
okay.
different. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Thunder are usually at the bottom of the list of NBA logos because it's not very good.
Wait, is that a like an official NBA team?
Settle down. That is
No,
the
no, no.
world champion Oklahoma City Thunder that you're talking about right now.
I need to come up with a little placard that says I'm serious. I literally had no idea that Oklahoma City had an NBA team.
Really?
Really? I mean, God, you
I know
don't
who I'm talking
understand.
to. But
Yeah,
we literally just won the NBA championship. I think you and I have talked about this, but
we did,
anyway,
and I do remember it, but I still had to give you some.
I
Yeah.
get it. So Oklahoma City Thunder, not a great logo, but a world champion logo. Thank you very much.
Makes
And
me hungry
then
for chicken.
what? For chicken?
Yeah. Oh, KC. KF.
Well, that's been great, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. What is happening? And then the love of my heart, the Chicago Cubs. Say whatever you need to about them. It is a classic, iconic logo because of the length of time they've been around, not because of their history of success, but near and dear to my heart. And I put the other one on there because that's kind of their old logo from the early 20th century that I just think is kind of cool. So there you go. My first audible mention, my favorite teams, the Sooners, the Bears, the Thunder, and the Cubs.
Oh my.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Just want to say yep like that.
All right. So, how is this going to go? Do you have another honorable mention?
I do. Would you
Yes,
like
of
to
course
hear that
I
one?
do. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound at this point.
You're gonna okay. So
Go ahead.
back when I started doing this, when you talked about honorable mentions, you said they were either ones that were almost made your list
Mhm.
or were so good that they're bad or are so bad that they have to be talked about.
Right.
And I have never, to my recollection, gone with these so bad that they had to be talked about
I don't think you have
until
either
tonight.
till tonight.
So I give you Jamie Ray the worst logo in professional sports. Are you ready?
So this was actually it's not the worst. It's your absolute least favorite.
Okay, go with it, but I'll just tell you it's at
Go
the
with that.
bottom of everybody's list. So, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, I give you the
Oh, oh,
Chicago
oh, I know this.
Browns.
I do. Oh, I knew this.
What
They're
sport are they from,
brown,
Jamie?
even though they're orange.
Well, okay, why are they brown? Do you know? Why are they the Browns?
This is a family show, so I'm not supposed to say what they are.
Settle down. Their first coach was named Paul Brown.
Okay.
They named the team after him.
Oh,
And the problem that you have when you name the team after your first coach is what's your mascot gonna be?
right. So it should
So
be
the
some little Paul Browns.
so when they first started, here's your history lesson, your first one for the day. The Cleveland Browns had a mascot called Brownie who was a little elf, and he didn't last very long.
Right.
So they went with this, they stayed with this, they tried to bring Brownie back once or twice. It's not worked out. They also have a dog pound that they call some of their fans. They tried to bring a dog mascot on. That's
Mhm.
not made anybody excited. So
Oh,
we still stick with the least favorite, but I'm going to go ahead and say worst logo in professional sports. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the orange helmet that is the logo of the Browns.
that is crazy. I actually knew that the Browns were orange, but I didn't know that that was the coach.
There you
So
go.
how do you have a team? How do you have a coach, but you have a team with no name?
Well, I think it all started together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like they formed the team and they had this guy and he was the coach and they're like, what are we going to call it? And maybe he was in charge of the decision. I don't know. He said, "Hey, name it after me. I'm
And the poop
Paul Brown."
stain.
It could have been worse. They could have been the Pauls.
Oh, that's true.
I
That's
don't know what
true.
color that would have been.
Not
Maybe
going to
still
go there.
orange.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like that one. Your absolute least favorite.
There you go.
Okay. Bring on
What
the
do you
next
got?
honorable mention.
Oh
Wait,
no,
that's it?
those are those only two I have. Again, we're going to spread them out all the way through.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, let's go. Mine, I'm going to start off with what I think anybody who's not in the sports industry would tell you is a fictional team. But in reality, they were a real team. And I am talking about the Rockford Peaches.
Nice.
Yeah. So they were a professional women's American sports ball, white with the things on it. The AAGPBL was the All American Girls Professional Baseball League from 1943 to 1954. And of course, yes, they made a movie with it. Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, Madonna, all the peoples. Um, but I really just I didn't pick them because of it being a great logo, as much of the fact is it's just for me at least, it's an instantly recognizable. Oh,
Oh
the
yeah.
Rockford Peaches, you know.
Yep.
Um, and again, I don't think a lot of people outside of the sports world will actually know that they were a real team. They would think it was just made up. But I kind of like them. The A AAGPPBLLP. Sorry.
Are you having a stroke? So I will verify that most people don't know this is a real team. So one of the things that I teach is sociology of sports. And when we get to talking about gender in sports, I show my students a video that is of some of the original Rockford Peaches being interviewed. So the actual uh, ball players, not the movie stars, and they
Okay.
had no idea. So,
Really?
there's video of them playing and all that kind of rolls in the background while they're talking. And most of my students maybe are familiar with the movie,
Uh-huh.
becoming less and less so as they get
Right.
younger and I get older. But they have no idea that it was based on anything real.
Yeah.
And so then
And
we
if
get
I'm
to
not
talk about the
mistaken,
war and
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, when at the end of the movie, when they're at the museum, there's a bunch of the real
yeah,
players
yep, there
kind of
are.
in the background and stuff.
Yep.
So, wow. Well, there you
But they
go.
don't watch the end of movies, so they don't know.
There you go. They'll see it on TikTok.
Maybe.
Okay, so for my next one, I just choose one that I thought was really, really cool, and I'm pretty positive that my friend T Jen is going to approve, and it is ah, the San Jose Sharks. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Nice.
Literally, I just picked this because I thought it was really cool. So they are a professional ice hockey team, and if I'm not mistaken, ice is that stuff when it gets really cold, the water freezes.
You may not
Um,
know about that in Louisiana.
yeah, it's there's some tales going around about it, but so they're a
Look in your
professional ice
freezer.
hockey team, yeah, based in San Jose, California, and they compete in the National Hockey League, which is called the NHL.
That is correct. Well
And there
done.
you go.
And
The
that's what you know
Sharks.
about them.
Thus, well, they did win once. They won
That's more than I know.
the Stanley's Cup.
Lord Stanley's Cup.
Yeah, yeah. I actually have a Stanley Cup too. I
No,
don't
it's not
understand what
like
the big
that.
deal about it.
It's not like
Oh,
that.
oh, okay. I just thought
But
maybe
if
they won
Stanley
one.
made a Stanley Cup, that would make a lot of money up north.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
We got to
So
get
call
on
me. Stanley folks, give me a call.
that. Okay, those are my two honorable mentions. Do you have anything to say about the Sharks?
So I am not a hockey guy. I
Uh-huh.
know they exist. I thought it was adorable listening to you explain the NHL,
Thank you.
and that's about what I've got.
Yeah, I'm a little unnerved that you call me adorable, but it's
Oh, we all know.
yeah, well, it's true.
Stop.
You know what would be adorable though?
What's that?
You're number five.
Okay, so before we get to this, I got to kind of explain. Why do you just fall? You know this is coming. Couple of things that I want to just get into about my approach to this question because unlike you, I am way down a rabbit hole for mascots, logos, teams, things like that. As evidenced by my Rocket City Trash Panda hat and my Hartford Crawdads jersey that I'm currently wearing, neither of
Where's
which
Rocket
I'm going.
City?
Rocket City is in Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, where they make the space rockets.
There you go.
Trash pandas.
Trash Pandas. Oh, yeah.
That's raccoons.
Correct. Well done. So that's Rocky, the Rocket City Trash Panda. I could do a whole show on minor league baseball mascots because there
Okay.
is this really kind of big movement in minor league baseball to get things like the trash pandas to sell merch, to get people excited about the games, to kind of do different things because you're trying to bring people into a minor league baseball stadium. But I'm not going to do that. I'm also moving away from like iconic things. So we're not going to do the Michigan M or that kind of stuff. We're
Yeah.
going with things that are, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but somebody out there does. So we're going to go with things that are a little more offbeat and are fun stories
Okay.
because it's just fun stuff. So that being said, oh, and the other thing I've done is choose to try to get as many different sports in as I could just for the fun of it. Again, so I didn't just do minor league baseball. So moving first of all to international soccer. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the logo of the Guangzhou FC Tigers.
Wow.
Guangzhou is a city in China.
Okay.
It is a place I spent a week when we were adopting our
Oh,
daughter. And so I have affinity for Guangzhou, the city. It is appropriate that the tiger is on fire because it is one of the hottest places I've ever been in my life for that
wow.
week. We were there in August. It was great, but a bit tropical swampy, if we'll just say it that way. So Guangzhou FC, they are a team that plays in China. They play in the different Chinese leagues. One is called the Chinese Super League. It is operated the same way that like most national soccer leagues are, where you can move up and you can move down, you get relegated, whatever. They have had kind of a mixed history in terms of success. They were relegated in the 90s because of a match fixing scandal, which means they cheated and got caught. And so they got pushed down. But they did win 6 Super League titles in a row in the early 2010s. Then
Who?
they were purchased by a company called Evergrande or Evergrande, something like that. And the finances got a little complicated. And the reason that I chose this is the irony of that banner across the top that says "Be the best forever," because Guangzhou FC folded in
Oh,
January because they couldn't pay their debts anymore. So
wow.
forever lasted until 2025.
Wow. That's
But
kind
I
of cool
do
that
love
they're on fire.
I do love the logo. I do think it's really cool. It's got the right colors for a Chinese club. I love the fire. I love the tiger. But I also just love the irony of being the best forever, or at least until the money runs out, which is where we are.
I love it.
There you
I,
go. So there's my number five, Jamie. What's yours?
well, okay, so I'm gonna go with something that's gonna really, really surprise you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm actually going to show you my number four, which is for an Australian professional rugby team.
Now we're at number five, Jamie.
That's what I said. See, I think you're hearing, yeah, you're getting old like me. So my number five is the Queensland Reds,
I love this.
the angry koalas.
Big
Arr.
fan. Love this.
So, as I said, they're an Australian professional rugby union team that represents the state of Queensland in the Super Rugby competition. They
Yeah.
have a long history. This was thought was really cool, originating as a representative team from 1882,
Wow.
and they're based in Brisbane. So, I just don't have a lot of history of their long history, but it's a friggin' koala.
No, that's it. Sometimes
And
that's enough.
that's enough, you know? I don't know why they're called the Reds. Maybe they're red. I know there's red pandas, but I don't know if there's red
I don't think there's red
koalas.
koalas. I mean, again, I'm not a koala guy. It's not a simian, so I don't.
It's true. So what do you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
We
But
didn't do cinematic marsupials.
yeah, we could. Wait, let me
We
write that
actually,
down.
we actually could.
Yeah.
We shouldn't, but we could.
So I just anyway, I just thought it was really cool and it's simple, and I've never seen a koala frown. So that had to be my number five.
I love everything about this. And you're going to see this as we go. I love when they take things that shouldn't be mascots,
Uh-huh.
right? It's not the bulldog, it's not the tiger, not the it's a koala. Koalas basically just lay around.
Well, you're gonna
But
love my favorite then.
listen, there's several of them coming up in mind too. But I love this idea of we're going to take something that is inherently not fierce
Yeah.
and make it fierce so it can be our mascot. I'm in.
Okay. So completely off the track, like we always do. Have you
No.
seen the trailer for Slaughterhouse about a killer sloth?
Pardon me while I Google for a moment.
Yes, it's a real. It's like these girls. This one girl who is in a sorority brings a sloth from like an
Oh
Amazon
my
jungle
gosh.
because everybody thinks it's so cute, but it turns out to be a killer. And like it's like they're going, "Ah," and then the sloth is going,
This this is how we know that we are in a golden age of American cinema because things like that exist. So
yeah,
Hannah, who you know and have had on and like better than me,
so much.
loves sloths,
Really?
but is also a horror author. And so I
Oh,
need to make sure she is aware of this thing. We will be
yes.
watching it together not long from now.
Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse. That's
Yeah. And then
incredible.
you could do a double feature and watch Velocipaster.
Listen, I'm so stoked for Velocipaster 2. I
So
am
good.
unreasonably stoked for
Can't wait.
Velocipaster 2
Ugh,
because
ugh.
the first one, man, you talk about tongue firmly in cheek. That movie is
Oh, yes.
incredible.
Yes. There's a whole nother, and I think maybe Hannah would be a good guest for it, of just these insane horror
Oh
movies.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It would, wow. I mean, just so many. There's one called Slacks, Slaxxx, and it's about
I
a
am aware
pair
of
of.
this.
Oh, you are? Oh my God. I
Yeah.
actually love the
I
movie.
haven't
I think
seen it, but I am aware that it exists.
it's some of these really do a good job at being insanely. I mean, when you
Yes.
look at it, you're like, what? And then when you get into the backstory, you're like, oh, they kind of did it. But anyway,
Again, golden age.
golden age. All right. Well, we're gonna bounce back to you for the 12 number fours that you have.
I think I only have one number four.
What
I only had one number
are in
five.
a golden age?
Listen. All right. So my number four, we are jumping to hockey, that
Oh,
NHL that you talked about.
yes,
This
that's the
is
National Hockey League.
yes, well done, Jamie. This is the logo for the Hartford Whalers, team
Uh-huh.
out of Hartford, Connecticut, cleverly enough, that does not exist anymore. This Hartford exists, the team doesn't exist, just to be
Oh,
very clear.
okay. I was wondering.
Don't want to start that rumor. Okay, so I chose this one because I am also a nerd for design.
Yeah,
And the way this thing is put together, do you see the hidden letter in the logo?
yeah, it's a
Right.
W.
Oh my. So this
I
thing,
say the H, yes,
I was hoping you were kidding.
and the
So
upside down mustache. I don't know.
this was designed by a guy named Peter Good, and he created it. He was a design guy, so he wasn't like a logo creator. He was a design guy, and made it so that the whale tail and the W created what they call the hidden H.
Yes.
Here's why I know about this, and this just makes this even better. So you know who John Hodgman is, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Comedian. Okay. So John Hodgman, in his book Medallion Status, goes on and on about this Hartford Whalers logo because it is, quote, the only professional sports logo to make use of negative space.
Right.
Right. So
Okay.
it takes the things that are not the actual part of the logo to create something else that is part of the logo, the
Yeah.
hidden H. By the way, you'll appreciate this, I think. John Hodgman also calls hockey the MMA of curling, which I think is just a fantastic line. Just a fantastic line.
Okay. I don't have post-it notes here. Fave five logos. Okay. Just like marketing logos. That's
Oh,
another
yeah.
episode.
That'd be good.
There's so many, and I'm just going to spoil it right now because a lot of people say FedEx. Do you see in the FedEx
Oh,
logo?
yeah.
It makes an arrow.
Oh, yeah.
So awesome. Okay,
Again,
I'm gonna get my buddy Cody Chamberlain. He's gonna
negative
come in.
negative space. There's your boring design thing. But yeah, so but there's controversy around this thing because yes, this version of the logo is only used on their sweaters, the jerseys that they wear.
Okay.
Everywhere else the logo shows up, the Whalers decided to outline the W and the tail which then kind of takes away the
Yeah,
hidden H.
that's
So
great.
I've got controversy, I've got backstory, and I will tell you this. I'll send you a link to this, and folks, you can check this out. If you know who John Hodgman is, there's a fantastic 6-minute video where he talks about this, and they bring him a Hartford Whalers shirt that he then proceeds to disrobe so that he can put on, and it is absolutely hysterical.
Did you want me to? What?
No, I do not want you. No, 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 no. I'm
Okay,
just saying that's out there.
he did that. Okay.
He did that. It's incredible. If you're into Hodgman, you are going to love it. Also, by the way, just because of who I am, check out Medallion Status. Great book.
Okay, we'll do.
There you go. What's your number four, Jamie?
Okay, I'm going to put my number four up, and I'm thinking you're going to know who they are. Okay, because you're a sports guy. You ready?
I am. Yeah. Oh, old school.
The Washington Sentinels
Nice.
from The Replacements in 2000. With Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman, and just a wonderful, great, fun movie. So it's all about a a guy who plays what's the brown one called? The football. And the team is a last minute collection of replacement players because they're trying to finish the season because all the other guys are on strike. And the team also, and I didn't know this, but this is real, this is factual, that when Washington was changing the name of their team from that which we shall not name
Right.
to something else, they actually considered doing the Sentinels,
Really?
but they ended up going with the Commanders, which was such a better choice.
No. So
No.
they would be in line for maybe the second worst logo in the NFL behind the Browns because theirs right now is just a W.
W. Except when they get hit and then it's an M. Okay. So that is mine, the Washington Sentinels.
Solid.
Thank you. All right. I can't wait for you to tell you my number three because you're going to really be surprised by number three. So let's hurry up and get through yours.
Well, do you want to go first? Because mine's going to take a minute.
No, you go right
Okay.
ahead.
All right. I want to defer to the host. You know, I'm always a willing and obedient,
Yeah.
whatever I am, guest,
Mhm.
co-host. I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, not a co-host.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to frighten you there, but I knew I'd wake you up with that. All right. So my number three is kind of like your Rockford Peaches. This is more about the story than the logo, but the story is so incredible that it needs to be told.
Okay, tell it then.
Thank you for that. So my number three is the Indianapolis Clowns. The Indianapolis Clowns were a Negro League team formed in the mid 30s. They bounced around a little bit, ended up landing in Indianapolis. They
Bounced
were a
around. I
barn
see what you did there. That's yeah. Sorry.
they were they were a barnstorming team that would go around and play just anybody who would play them. But their deal was that besides being great baseball players, we're gonna get to that in a second, they were also entertainers. And
Okay.
so, like between innings, they would come out and do sketches and funny stuff, and they would mess with the opposing team. So they were very much like they were called the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
They're like the Savannah Bananas.
They are very much the kind of spiritual godfathers of the Savannah Bananas. And we're going to get to why that's cool here in just a second. So settle in. But well done, you, Jamie Ray, for knowing the Savannah Bananas. Of course, you would know kind of baseball and not actual baseball. So they started in the mid 30s. They played until 1967. They were actually the last Negro League team to disband
Oh,
because they played in a league and they won the league, but they also then would barnstorm around and play whomever. They were one of the first Negro teams that was allowed to play in front of white audiences, predominantly white
oh,
audiences. They
okay.
played in stadiums that other Negro League teams weren't allowed to play in. And I'm going to give you just a handful of real quick facts because I'm a baseball history nerd and I love these folks and their story. Two of the greatest players to ever play baseball actually played for the Clowns. Hank Aaron
Uh-huh.
have you ever heard of Hank Aaron?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Number
Hank Aaron played
42.
for the No, no. Hank Aaron played for the Clowns when he was 16 and then was
Wow.
signed from the Clowns to the Boston Braves where he began his career. And Satchel Paige, if you heard that name,
Oh yeah.
one of the greatest pitchers in the history of the
Right.
sport,
Oh
played
wait, I
his
thought he played
last.
the trumpet.
Stop it. That's Satchmo. That's different.
Okay.
But yeah, you won't get me on jazz either. He played his last season with the Clowns as he was finishing up his career. He played with the Clowns in 1967. So two of the
Wow.
best players ever to play the sport played for the Clowns. The
That's
Clowns
awesome.
were the first professional sports team to sign women to extended contracts. So not just like a one-off
70%.
as a deal. They, well, then it was even less. In fact, the player that they signed to replace Hank Aaron when he left was a woman, and she played shortstop for him for an extended period of time. So they had, over the span of their time, three different women who played for the Clowns in a time when that was not a thing that was going on. Um, let's see what else we got here. I have so many things here. They were the last team to shut down. They had a movie made up of them in the 70s. Have you heard of, and I want to read this so I get the name right, the Bingo Long Traveling All Stars and Motor Kings? Have you heard of this movie?
Oh yeah, I got that on Blu-ray.
Richard Pryor, James Earl Jones, Billy D. Williams are in a movie about this, based on these guys that would go around, play whoever, entertainment, all that kind of stuff. Again, the spiritual godfathers of the Savannah Bananas, which brings me to this.
Okay.
Just last week, the Savannah Bananas announced that they were expanding Banana Ball and adding two more teams, one of which is the Indianapolis Clowns. They are bringing them back
That is awesome.
with the blessing of the Negro League Hall of Fame and kind of everything that kind of goes around that. They're going to be based in Indianapolis again, and they're going to be doing Banana Ball, which is all about entertainment, but
Yeah.
also really good baseball players doing what they're doing. So again, I love everything about this story, but the best part of this story to me is this very classic piece of American sports history and culture is now coming back in a new way for new audiences who will not only get to see Banana Ball, but will also get to hear and learn the story of
Yeah.
these fantastic players and this incredible team. And so I give you the Indianapolis Clowns.
That's really awesome.
How great is that?
I've never heard about them before. I only recently saw something about the Savannah Bananas. I think Lily showed it to me. They were on TikTok or something like that.
They're very big on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, what the? This is like the Globetrotters,
Yeah.
with the smaller ball, not the big orange one.
But again,
And
they still, and this is one of the things, this is a whole other conversation. They're still playing baseball. Like these are still really good baseball players.
yeah,
They just also, they've figured out a lot of things. And if you ever just are bored sometime, look up Jesse Cole, who is the founder of the Bananas and Banana Ball. He is
okay.
a brilliant marketing guy.
Hmm,
Like that's free for everybody who's listening. Jesse Cole's fantastic and just really, really energetic, engaging to listen to, and has transformed what the game can be for fans while also understanding this is not what Major League Baseball is going to do.
right, right.
So
These guys
anyway,
are
there you go.
really having fun.
Yes, absolutely. And the crowds love it.
Cool. And we're going to get all of the links that you're talking about to all these people, and they're going to be in the show notes.
Absolutely.
So you can make sure you don't have to be taking notes. You can just sit and enjoy
You
the
have to
band,
pull the car over. Yeah.
whatever you need to do.
All right.
Well,
What's your number
okay.
three?
All right. I'm just gonna show you because you're gonna be in awe that there's no jokes, there's no whatever. This is a straight up love. So when I wanted to choose my number three, really wanted to get something from my childhood. And as much as I wanted it to be the Harlem Globetrotters,
Fair.
their logo is just boring. And it's fine that it's boring because what you see on this
Right.
is so amazing. And I actually
Right.
did get to see them as a kid. And it's to this day, I mean, it was one of the most exciting things that, I mean, these guys were incredible. And
Right.
but I just couldn't pick them because it wouldn't be a favorite. So my number three is the Houston Astros. Okay.
With the dome.
This is with the dome. So so they are in the Major League Baseball's American League.
Now,
Yes.
but
Okay.
during that logo, they weren't.
No, they weren't. So the team itself was founded in 1962. Do you know what they were called? What they were called?
Were they the Colt 45s?
They were the Colt 45s.
Come
But
on.
they changed it when they in 1965 after moving into the Astrodome. Okay? They have won two World Series titles.
Kind of pertained.
2017 and 22. Why do they have a little asterisk on one of them?
They don't, but they should because they were stealing signs and there was all kinds of stuff going on. But that's for a different conversation.
And they play at Minute Maid Park, which
Hmm.
is really cool. It's right next to the George R. R. Brown Convention Center, where they have Comic Palooza, and it's so amazing to me that the whole top of the dome at Minute Maid Park comes back. And anyway, but as a kid, Astrodome the Astrodome was directly across the highway from Astro World. And we had cousins who lived there.
Oh,
And so,
nice.
so yeah, so in the summers, we would go to Astro World and we'd probably go see an Astro games. I can remember seeing two or three of them. And I just loved this logo. This was the logo from 1977 to 1993. Now, right now, they have a pretty cool logo, but if I may say, the logos from 1994 to 2012, they're just bad.
Is that the,
I
the
mean,
the kind of shooting star thing?
well, the Shooting Star is the best of those because they had three in that period. They had
Right.
one in 1994. It lasted 1 year, and they changed it the next year. It was so bad. But yeah, the one in 2012 kind of had a throwback feel to it with the little. It was kind of like a God, I'm really going to kill myself here. Like a postmodern feel where they
Ooh.
tried to pull it back, but
Right.
they didn't. And so the logo now is kind of similar to this. But this is always going to be the one. And I can remember, I could close my eyes and see the players with their orange, white, striped,
Oh, yeah.
and we we used to take our ice cream in a toilet paper roll. What was it called? Push-up pops. And it was like,
Push-ups. Yeah.
oh look, I'm on the Houston Astros. Yeah, it's just
Same color.
yeah, same color. So anyway, I thought you would like that.
No, that's a solid one. The first time I saw the Cubs was at the Astrodome.
Oh,
My wife and I were
really?
living in Texas and we drove down. We were about, I don't know, 4 hours from Houston. Drove down, watched Cubs for the very first time, got there early, did autographs and all that. And when I was in college, to further bore you, when I played in the Baylor University Golden Wave Band, thank you very much, we marched against Houston, who played their home games at the Astrodome. And that thing for a football game is cavernous, especially when it's Houston against Baylor in the 80s and nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Wow.
There's like 7 people in there, and you can hear a pin drop and listen to it echo for about an hour.
Wow. Wow. Yeah,
But yeah,
I like that. It's a cool logo. It does definitely have, some memories and some history for
oh yeah,
me. So anyway, well, I'm glad
that's
you like
awesome.
it. Yeah. All right.
Nice one.
Well, thank you. Okay, so this is the part of the show where we stop and talk about what is going on in the life of Jay
Hmm.
Hall. And this is going to be unique because we're recording this on a Wednesday, and I hope to have this out on Friday.
Wow.
So you can actually talk about the episode that just came out with you and Hannah. And then you have something coming up soon, too.
I
So
have
you talk
something
about
coming up.
whatever you want.
Trying to think of what I have coming up soon that you would have said that
Well,
way.
the Walking Man, the
Oh,
Walking Walk.
yes, yes. So, yeah, lots of things going on. There's always stuff going on. You've heard us mention Hannah, my daughter Hannah, who is a novelist and screenwriter and has some cool stuff that we can't talk about yet, but
So want to talk about
I
that.
know, but we're very excited about it. Maybe by the time you
Thanks
have her
for
back
letting me
on,
know, but also,
I know we got to
tell
hold
me.
it secret, but it's really good news for those of you who are like, just stop rambling about it. Hannah and I do a show every month on my podcast, the Okie Bookcast, where we talk about what we're reading and we just passed our third anniversary of that show, and just have a blast talking with her, getting to hang out with her. Coming up, we have, in fact, let's see. So if this comes out on Friday, next Tuesday, we are bringing back one of our favorite guests for that show, who is a very well-known horror author, not Jamie Ray, very well-known horror Jamie Ray, but not author. Thank you very much. Uh, who goes by several, she has several different pseudonyms. Stacy Cade is her name. She's written books like, um, suddenly the names have fallen out of my head, and that makes me very embarrassed. So I'm going to just vamp here for a minute. Cold Eternity is her latest. Dead Silence was her first. These are science fiction horror novels. Dead Silence is if aliens and the Titanic had a baby. It's just really, really a great, great book. Anyway, so that's coming up.
The author's name, her nom de plume is S.A. Barnes.
S.A. Barnes is what she goes by for her space horror stuff. She also has some other things under Stacy Cade. She has some romantasy that's coming out next year that I'm sure you'll be excited about. I think under Stacy Cade. We'll find out more when we talk to her this weekend. But this has been a really cool fall for the book cast because I've just had the chance to get some authors on that were kind of dream gets. I just got done talking to a guy named Daniel H. Wilson who wrote Robopocalypse, Robogenesis. His brand new book is called Hole in the Sky. So we don't have a lot of New York Times bestselling authors that are from Oklahoma, but we have him. And it was a fantastic conversation. And then coming up, Jamie, I am going to be talking with, you think I'm going to get ready to talk about you, and I will mention that in a second. I'm going to be talking with Danny Boy O'Connor. Do you know who Danny Boy O'Connor is?
Yeah. No.
Who is it? Okay.
Oh.
Danny Boy O'Connor is one of the founding members of House of Pain. Jump around, right? You with me? He is obsessed with The Outsiders, classic S.E. Hinton novel set in Tulsa. And to the extent that he has created an Outsiders House museum in the house where The Outsiders was filmed. And I'm going to be talking with him and a reporter from the Tulsa World about their new book called Staying Gold. And I am geeked to be talking to Danny, but also talking about The Outsiders. And then somewhere in November, I'm also going to be talking to one James Ray. We are going to, so was it last year? Maybe the year before, we did something called Pages to Pictures where we talked about the adaptation of The Running Man, the Stephen King novel. Talked about the 1987 version. We are going to go see the new one that's coming out in November and redo that show to talk about how much better they did with this time around. Hopefully, they will have done better, at least differently.
And if you need something to tide you over between now and then, you can head over to Average Home Theater, where my buddy Nelson and I did a walkthrough, riff through of the original movie, and just sat there and throw you stuff. So
that would be incredible.
Yeah.
That would be outstanding.
His more than average home theater. Really cool.
But yeah, so lots of podcasting stuff going on. We're excited for that conversation. Writing stuff is still happening. All the other things that I do, I'm getting to do, and just kind of a fun season.
Yeah, it's awesome. And if you flip back over to your regular screen there, you guys just came out with a new sticker.
Yeah, so we are doing some stuff. Now this may only be exciting for the Okie folks, but the Read Local brand, and that's misspelled, Jamie, just so you're aware, but that's okay as in Oklahoma. Yeah, figured out. We've put out a bunch of stickers. We're going to be working on a merch line. We're doing some different things. We've kind of put a poll out to see what people would be interested in getting, but really want to continue to promote and amplify the literary scene in Oklahoma, which is not an oxymoron. There are some amazing authors doing some really cool stuff, which is what we get to talk about on the show. And the Read Local brand is just another way to kind of push that out into the world.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the design. I've never gotten an Okie Bookcast sticker. I don't think
I've never had one. I didn't have one until now, and now I do.
You should make some Okie Bookcast ones, because I have my skateboard over there that's got all the stickers for the shows I get to be on.
I'm going to make a Okie Bookcast sticker so that you can have one.
All I'm asking for.
There you go. But I'm going to go back to the clowns because I like them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of is that pretty much it?
That's most of it. Hoping to have more book news coming out for me in the next few months, maybe by the beginning of the year 2026.
Oh my
We'll have
God,
some
my
new stuff
kids need
happening.
to help
So
find me a really good nursing home. No?
no, no, the Jamie Ray retrospective is not quite ready for us, but
I am so excited about your next book release. Because I think we could go ahead and announce it here. I'm going to be doing the forward for his new book, whatever it is going to be. And he so graciously
it's
has
not, this is
offered
not
to put
happening.
my picture on the
This is
back
not happening. None of this is
with
true.
him. And
This is
it's just,
all
I'm
a
so,
tremendous lie.
so touched.
There is
Uh,
nothing about this. That is
really
accurate.
going to be great.
No,
And I
none of
can't
these
wait.
things are happening. No,
So wrong.
I'm not. I'm just trying to think of what book I would possibly put out that I would ever allow that to happen.
Any book, I write good.
Outstanding. Well, I did catch my grammar error earlier. So those of you are like, oh yeah, author. Okay, he's gonna make a Okie Bookcast sticker. Anyway, it's fine.
All right. Well, one thing I just want to put out there real quick. I'm really super excited because coming up in November is going to be the Faith Five from Fans 200th episode.
Two bills, ladies and gentlemen.
Two bills. And I have got some really, really cool stuff lined up. I've got several guests, and I'm going to have some that I'm going to do for the show, and then I'm going to have some people who are just coming in and doing some little things. But I'm pretty positive we're going to release it the Friday, the week before Thanksgiving. I'll have to double check on that. And just talking with my buddy Jay Hall, I think what we're going to do is a live watch party so that when it comes out, we'll have
Love
like
that.
yeah, so we'll be able to do stuff so people can come on and ask questions and just leave their nasty remarks and stuff. And
Never.
so yeah, so that should be cool. So
Well,
look for that in November.
so I will not talk to you between now and then, except on my. So congratulations. 200 is a huge deal
Thank you.
because you're a huge deal. So obviously it would be like that. I think
Especially
I'm
in
at,
Hungary.
well, that's what I've heard. I'm at 130 and I've been doing it for 4 years. So the fact that you've hit 200 is just a massive milestone. So congrats. Excited to
Thank you.
see what happens with that show. And I will be the one anonymously on the group chat during the watch along making those snide comments.
Yeah, yeah, and the little poop emojis. I'm sure. I'll know it's you.
I'll make it clear.
All right. Well, I think now it's time to talk about what's our favorite thing about the show, aside from the end. Um, it is
That's
our
everybody's favorite thing.
ready? Penultimate
Oh, my hand went the wrong way because
choices.
it's Zoom. It's backwards.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm bad at this.
It's better that it's on Zoom than it's in real life because that would
That's
hurt.
true.
Um,
Fair.
Go ahead and give us your number two, your second favorite choice, and I'm sure it's
Numero
only just
dos.
one logo.
Okay. I mean, be sure of that if you need to.
Mhm.
So I'm shifting to college. So we've done baseball, we've done hockey, we've done international soccer or football, as they call it on the rest of the planet. We're going to college logos, and I could have brought up the UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs, but we're not doing
Okay.
them. I could have brought up the Evergreen State Gooey Ducks, which I showed you, and you were very, very disturbed by what that is.
I'm positive that mascot is wearing a bath rug.
No, it's a
I'm
clam. He's a
positive.
clam. Folks, go look up the Evergreen State Gooey Ducks. It is amazing. I could have done a lot of things, but I decided to go with something a little more fierce,
Ooh.
regal, literary, meant
Oh,
to be taken seriously. So I have to ask you before I pull this up, Jamie,
uh-huh.
have you ever heard of a Chanticleer?
No,
No.
no.
Well, are you ready?
I'm so stunned. I don't even know. I can't even make a smart aleck
Are
remark.
you ready?
I'm ready.
Behold the Coastal Carolina Chanticleer.
The hell is that?
It's a chicken.
Looks like a
It's
big
an
cock.
God help me. It is an
Rooster,
absolutely
I mean, like, because
fierce fighting rooster. But here's what's amazing
okay,
about the
okay, wait,
Chanticleer.
wait.
Okay, what? What are we doing?
Let's redo that part, if you don't mind. I had to say it was a cock, but I should probably take that out.
I wondered about that,
Yeah.
but
All
it was hilarious. All right,
right.
so where do you want me to pick up?
Just from after I've said, so here you go. You asked me if I heard Shady Con. I've never heard of it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Jamie Ray, here we go. I give you the Chanticleer.
Is that Foghorn Leghorn's cousin?
Stop it. Foghorn Leghorn wishes he was this fierce. Yes,
What is
ladies and
that?
it's a fighting chicken, a fighting
Oh, like in
rooster.
Mexico? Ooh.
I mean, so here's what's great. Can I give you a little backstory because I feel
Please
like the
enlighten
fierce
me.
the fierce Chanticleer should need no introduction, but
Sounds
perhaps
like a
he might.
drag queen. I'm just saying.
No, no, how dare you, sir? That is
The
Chauncey the
Chanticleer.
Chanticleer.
He's fierce.
Are you ready to get literary?
Let it on me. Put it on me.
Let me tell you a
Oh,
story. So, Coastal Carolina was a junior college in Carolina,
which one?
South. They became part of the University of South Carolina system. And when they became part of the University of South Carolina system, who are the Gamecocks, that is their mascot, they wanted something that would go along with that. Well done, you. So, being the nerdy youngsters that they were, they
Mhm.
chose the Chanticleers.
Okay.
Chanticleer is the name of a rooster in the Nun's Priest Tale of the Canterbury Tales, written
God.
by Geoffrey Chaucer
Oh
in the
my God.
14th century. Yes, yes.
Wow. That's some nerds. You need to hang out with them.
And when they separated from coastal or from South Carolina and became a college unto themselves or university unto themselves, they stayed with the Chanticleer
Why not?
because
Uh,
why wouldn't you,
The
right? I
marketing
mean,
alone is
look
just
at this thing. Have you ever seen a more fierce looking, ready to go to battle fighting chicken?
is it a male chicken or a female chicken?
It's a rooster. It's a rooster.
Okay.
The Chanticleer's a rooster. So in the Canterbury Tales, as your audience just goes to sleep,
Oh, I know. That's the one where that's playing the little guitar thing, right? Oh no, no, I'm sorry. That's Robin Hood. No.
that's Robin Hood. That's Disney. That's different. The Chanticleer, the rooster, has a dream that a fox is going to eat him,
Okay.
and so they're going down the road. They're doing their thing. A fox comes along, grabs Chanticleer by the neck, carries him off. He's going to kill him. Everybody else is chasing the fox, trying to get Chanticleer back.
Huh?
Chanticleer says something to the fox, and I don't remember the story exactly because it's been a minute since I've read the Canterbury Tales. Says something to the fox
Preparation.
that causes the fox to, yeah, okay, Mr. NBA or NHL or whatever it was, causes the fox to open his mouth, and the rooster falls out of his mouth and gets away. So not only is he fierce, he's crafty.
Wow. But we
Coastal
don't know
Carolina
how crafty
Chanticleers.
since you can't tell us what he said.
I can't remember the exact story.
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up. It's the Canterbury Tales. Best of luck reading it. Sophomore English in college, baby. It's
Wow.
been a minute.
That's something
There
else.
you go. The
That's really, and see,
Chanticleer.
I thought I was doing good going back to 1882, but you just blew that out of the water.
Oh, yeah, listen. 14th
That's all.
century.
That's awesome.
I mean, can you imagine the meeting where some English major's like, you know what we could call it? And then away they went
Yeah. And
because nobody's
especially
going to know.
if it was, the literary professors are also, ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
you know that crew got excited about this. And here's what's great. So the Chanticleers are pretty good at basketball. They
Okay.
make the NCAA tournament on occasion, which means that every so often during the NCAA basketball tournament, the announcers have to explain what a Chanticleer is, and they get to bring up Canterbury Tales and Geoffrey Chaucer. And it just
They
makes my
probably
little
know
nerdy
what the
heart.
shit we were told the fox.
I bet they don't. I bet they don't tell that part of the story at all.
Oh, man, that is pretty damn awesome.
How good is that?
That cements your nerd cred
Oh,
right
like there
there.
was ever a doubt, but thank you so
No,
much
never a doubt.
for
Never
bringing
a
that home.
doubt.
So best of luck topping that with your penultimate choice.
So my penultimate choice is a team that is near and dear to my heart and my location.
Oh,
I bring to you the New Orleans Hornets.
yes.
Now, sit back and I'm going to tell you a story.
Oh, here we go. I'm here.
The name the New Orleans Hornets refers to the former name of the current NBA team, the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, you're sitting down.
I am.
I've gone to a Hornets game and a Pelicans game,
Wow.
right? So the name of the team was at one point changed to the New Orleans slash, and you know this, Oklahoma City Hornets
That's right, because
for,
I too have been to a Hornets game.
for 2 seasons after Hurricane Katrina hit.
Yep.
And I like you could see he's just really cool.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. The Pelicans have a great logo. They have a great mascot. But I got to go and watch it. CP3 and the team played the Lakers and beat the Lakers.
Nice.
Okay, so and I paid $12 for our first section seats.
Wow.
$12. Okay. Um, Amazing game. During halftime, no, not even halftime, during like between the break between the two quarters, I guess. They had set up this little thing and a guy was jumping on a trampoline to through a fiery hoop and his foot caught
Oh
and
gosh.
his suit caught on fire and they had to run out and this is a televised game and they had to run out and spray him down and then they had
Incredible.
to clean everything off. So I mean it was a great experience, really I still have it. They gave out t-shirts as a matter of
Nice.
fact. Yeah. So anyway, just really thought it's a cool logo. I wish they hadn't changed, but of course the Pelicans make a lot more sense for Louisiana.
Right.
um, and it was cool too because when they were the Hornets, there's the little, not little, but anyway, but there's the and outside of the Superdome is the place where the basketball team plays, and it was called the Hornets Nest.
That's
So now
solid right
it's,
there.
yeah, now it's the Pelican Nest, and you're like,
It just doesn't have the
Hornets Nest?
same
No, it doesn't. It
doesn't
doesn't.
have the same like you're
Yeah,
going into the Hornets nest, right? That just feels like
exactly. Like, son,
uh,
you don't want to come here.
yeah, you don't want to go in the Hornets nest. So
No.
when they came to Oklahoma City for those 2 years after Katrina, that's when Oklahoma City demonstrated that we could support an NBA team. So the
Oh, okay.
Thunder actually came within a couple of years of that
You're
because
welcome.
it was demonstrated that there was a were you responsible for Katrina? Is that what you're taking credit
No, I
for?
was responsible. I particularly myself chose Oklahoma City
Moved to
because
Oklahoma City.
yeah, because the
Makes
mayor
perfect sense.
Kathleen Babineau Blanco. No, that wasn't her. Anyway, yeah, it
What are
was.
you
She
rambling
came
about?
and asked me, and I was like, one day I'm going to have a friend from Oklahoma City, and I
Thank you.
think we should put him there. So
But yeah, I went to a bunch of games. Chris Paul, who well done, you by the way, mentioning referencing a player. Uh,
right.
Fantastic. It was just because Oklahoma City had not had that level of professional sports ever. We'd
Uh-huh.
had semi-pro, we had double A, triple A baseball, we had semi-pro basketball and hockey. Because Oklahoma City has always kind of been thought of as a college town because the University of Oklahoma and Oklahoma State kind of dominate the sports landscape here. But when the Hornets came and the arena was full every night, suddenly it was like, wait a minute, this might be a viable thing.
Right.
And lo, these 20 years later, NBA champions
Right. From the basketball.
from the basketball. Well done.
Thank you.
Happy to see
See,
Buzz the Hornet back there.
you thought I wasn't going to do it. You thought there was going to be like a Deep Space Niners logo back there. No, I went hard, man.
Your number one's not done yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. But it's time for your number one.
Yes.
I
All
can't wait.
right. So there's some setup to this, so I just need you to go ahead and settle in. Right,
Okay.
just get ready. I had to go back to baseball because it is the sport that I love more than anything. Thanks for pulling the book out. Thanks for it not being my book that you're pulling out, by the way. That was a great opportunity for product placement that you just absolutely
Oh,
missed.
please. I
It's
plug your
fine.
book all the
I
time.
know you're too good to me. Minor league baseball is so much fun right now with all of these, as we mentioned, teams that are kind of doing whatever. And in
Wait,
so there's a
by whatever, what do you mean? Like the bananas and stuff?
well, like that, and then just like teams like the Trash Pandas that are doing all of this extra marketing, pulling out these
Oh, okay.
fun mascots and logos and just different things that will draw people to the park that have nothing to do with baseball. Or, like in my case, I've never been to a Rocket City Trash Pandas game. I've never been to a Hartford Crawdads game, and yet here I am with merch from these teams because they're
Right.
just that incredible.
Cool.
By the way, speaking of the Savannah Bananas, while we're hanging out, I'll just go ahead and make that switch. All
Oh,
right.
thank you. Just leave the jersey on though.
Oh, well, that's coming. Just get ready. Prepare
Oh,
yourself. How's that for a warning?
that's
All
a
right.
warning.
So there is also this thing called Summer League Ball where college students go and play these showcase games on these teams, play showcase games to get seen by professional scouts. And one of these leagues is called the Northwoods League.
So like an all-star team type deal where
Kind of.
kind of like, yes, like a travel ball team.
Yeah, but
It'll travel.
a whole, I mean, really kind of like a really, really low minor league team. They go, they live with families in these towns. And so, but they come to close locations so that all the scouts can go to one area and
Oh,
kind of see
okay.
everybody play instead of having to travel over the country. One of these leagues is called the Northwoods League. Northwoods League is Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, that area. And I want to just read for
Yeah,
you real
sure.
quick
Yeah.
the names of the teams in the Northwoods League. And I promise this will be fast. And then
Okay.
we'll get to my favorite, my number one, because it is in the Northwoods League. So here we go. You ready?
Ready.
We got the Badlands Big Sticks, and their logo is Teddy Roosevelt holding a big stick. There you go. The
Peace.
Bismarck Larks, the Duluth Huskies, the Eau Claire Express, La Crosse Loggers, the Mankato Moondogs, the Minnesota Mud Puppies, the Minot Hot Tots. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yes,
the
it's a
hot
flaming,
tots. Right.
it's a flaming tater tot. The Rochester Honkers, which is a goose,
Oh, hey, thanks
Jamie.
for clearing that
The,
up.
the St. Cloud Rocks, the Thunder Bay Border Cats, the Waterloo Bucks, the Wilmar Stingers, the Battle Creek Battle Jacks, the Green Bay Rockers, the Kalamazoo Growlers, the Kenosha Kingfish, the Lakeshore Chinooks, Madison Mallards, Richmond Flying Mummies.
Ooh, is it a
Thank you very
bunch of
much.
moms?
No. The Rockford Rivets,
Mhm.
the Royal Oak Leprechauns, the Traverse City Pit Spitters. It's about spitting cherry seeds. The
Oh,
Wasu Woodchucks, the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. All right.
I
So
could make
that is,
so many comments on those names.
I know. That's the beauty of it. But my favorite of all of the
Oh, okay.
teams in the
Yes.
Northwoods League. Are
Uh-huh.
you ready?
I am
Here we
so
go.
ready.
I don't know that you are.
Are we
Is
ever really?
the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. Thank you very
Oh my
much.
God.
Yes.
Eight
The,
thumbs up
the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders.
or six thumbs up.
Well, no, they have eight. They're
Eight,
around.
okay.
Yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders.
Okay.
Relatively new team. They've been around 8 or 9 years.
Where is Fond du Lac?
Wisconsin,
Okay.
on a lake in Wisconsin. So when they were starting this team, they were going around trying to figure out what they wanted to call it. And they were already kind of moving into this unusual names kind of thing.
Right.
It's Wisconsin. They wanted to do something that had to do with dairy and cheese curds and that kind of thing. So the original name of the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders that was ultimately rejected, are you ready?
Yes.
Was the Fond du Lac Udder Tuggers.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh,
And there is a team called the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers that
okay.
has an alternative jersey that is the Udder Tuggers.
That is
So somebody ultimately did pick it up and run with it.
wow. Or
But
run with
fair enough. Dock Spiders, here's what's wild. I love that. So in addition to simians, I'm also very much into spiders.
Oh, I didn't
Now,
know
now
that.
you know. Oh yeah, very much into spiders. Dock spiders don't spin webs. They are known as fishing spiders. So
Hmm.
they literally sit under the docks with their feet in the water. And when they feel vibrations, then they attack things that come up close to them. So they stalk their prey and sting them and kill them that way. So ironically, the dock spider's mascot is named Weaver,
Oh,
even though
but he does.
dock spiders don't actually spin webs.
Wow.
But the children who enjoy hanging out with a 6 foot fuzzy spider are not aware that they don't spin webs. They look like skinny tarantulas. So they're
Uh-huh.
really big and long and would probably freak out most of the members of my household. But one of the things I love about what they do with the design is that the Fond du Lac Dock Spider Weaver has a bit of a fierce look to him, but he's also cartoony enough that if you don't like spiders, you're not going to freak out with him. And what else can I say? If you pinned me down and said in all of sports, what is your favorite logo? Who is your favorite mascot? Ladies and gentlemen, it is Weaver, the Fond du Lac Dock Spider.
That is I love the logo.
Isn't that
I think
great?
yeah, I would make a great t-shirt. Yeah. I'm
You
sending
mean you mean like this one?
oh God.
There
That's awesome.
you
Oh,
go.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All
So now,
right.
Jamie, I need to know what is your Deep Space Nine favorite
It's not DS9.
favorite logo?
My absolute favorite logo. So if anyone knows me, I'm going to tell you, okay? It's it's animal based. All right?
Okay.
And if anyone knows me, they know who the best animal in the world is. Okay? And that is going to be the otter.
Outstanding.
Cal State Monterey Bay Otters, or the CSUMB Otters, or as some people call it, the Kasumba Otters. So they are the athletic teams of the California State University at Monterey Bay. The university competes, get this, you ready?
I
At the
am.
NCAA Division II California Collegiate Athletic Association, otherwise known as the CCAA. Look at those sports facts. The
So many
mascot,
acronyms.
so many. The mascot, who is named, and I love this, Monty Ray, Monterey,
Clever.
is a sea otter. And the name reflects the university's coastal location and its large community. And as I previously said, as everyone knows, otters are the bestest animals in the whole wide world. And why is that? Why?
I
Because they
can't wait.
hold hands when they sleep.
Oh,
Oh, do you know that for real though? So they don't drift
I
apart.
did know that.
Yeah,
I did know that.
they're so
We're we're
cute.
we're big fans of otters around this house. There's a contingent that would far prefer your number one to mine.
Especially
In
in real
fact,
life.
everyone else would prefer your number one to mine that lives in this house right now.
So I looked them up. Oof, geez, years ago, I guess, when I was like on a big otter thing, and they're just so cool because
Yeah.
you look at his face and he's like really cute, but he's also got this little.
Yeah, no, there's a snarl there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's like, come at me, man, come at me.
So this goes back to the koala thing, right? Is taking these animals that you would never expect to be fierce, like, well, I mean, chickens have that in them,
Yeah.
and giving them enough of a look. And what I love about what they've done here is that it is still very much ottery,
Yes,
but it's also like that's a fighting otter right there. That's an otter that would mess you up if it needed to.
yes. Um, I like I said, I absolutely love it. I think it's a great, great logo, and that's why it's my number one.
I love these colleges that just decide, you know what? We're not going to be the Bulldogs. We're not going to be the
Yeah.
whatever. we're going to do something different and unique that represents our community, which I love the connection there, but also is just something that people are going to talk about. Like, what in the world? Why are they the otters? Why are they the gooey ducks?
Yeah.
Banana slugs, Chanticleer, whatever.
And it makes sense that Monterey, because they've got the sea otters. Though,
Right?
if a distinction has to be made, the river otters are the bestest of the bestest.
That feels
Just,
like just geographic bias on your part.
well, whatever, it's my show. Um, though I
Thank you
do
for
have to
owning it.
say, got to go ahead and say
What in the world?
the DS Niners. That's the baseball team from, that's real, or I say it's actually canon because there was an episode where the crew of Deep Space Nine took on a crew of Vulcans in a Holosuite baseball game.
Man, I'm sure at some point I saw that
Yeah,
and immediately rejected it from my mind.
yeah. It was something else. Worf, everybody plays. Well, almost everybody. But like Worf was like just all over it because he had the bat, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, it was great. And the Vulcans, of course, they're stronger and logical and all of this stuff. And is
Well, and
is
baseball is a thinking man's game. I'm just
yeah,
telling you.
yeah, thinking man, thinking Vulcan,
Thinking
whatever,
Vulcan, thinking
you know.
entities game.
So yeah, they did not make the list, but because you brought it up, I felt
I
we had to show
don't
them.
remember bringing it. I think it was you that
Oh
brought
yeah,
it up.
no, it was you. I'm sure it was
Okay.
you. Um, okay, well, folks, that concludes the countdown of our absolute favorite American and international
That's right.
sports ball team logos. I want to thank the incomparable, Im- immeasurable Jay Hall for making this list. Thank you, sir.
Listen, I I will say this. When I proposed this to you, I did not expect the level of intention that you gave to it. So well done to you, sir, because I know you in sports.
I
I
always
I
bring it. I,
Well, but
I
I
always
very
bring it.
much I expected more of the DS Niners kind of thing
Oh,
than actual like real teams because you were so careful to say they don't have to be real, right?
yes.
But
Well,
look at you.
one of the reasons that right away that it said it couldn't be is because I knew I wanted the Washington Sentinels on there.
Not fair.
It is such a fun movie. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good one.
Keanu, has all the Matrix stuff and all this, but I love it. I mean, the guy lives on a boat and scrapes barnacles off for a living, and then
Right.
the next week he's the quarterback. And so it's a lot of fun, especially the cheerleaders. I don't know if you remember them. They were just like they were
Yes.
so crazy. I mean,
That's
I think
awesome.
I think one or two of them were ladies of the night, and so they had to like tone it down, and stuff. It was but yeah, well, no, I appreciate that. I'm glad I could
Incredible.
surprise you.
Well done, you.
You thought I was just going to phone it in. I'm not hurt, but that's okay.
I didn't say that. I just didn't know that you would take the sporting side of it as much to heart as you did. So well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I've been texting you.
I've seen him. Yeah.
Okay. I Fave Five spiders in movies, spider
Listen,
movies. I
bring
think we
it.
should do that.
I'm in.
We know the Shat is going to show up because that's one of that. But there's so many of them out there. So
The all-time great. Yeah.
yep, that's going to be our next one. Yeah. All right.
Love it.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Fave 5 for Fans. We hope you enjoyed diving, but that's another sport, diving into today's episode with us. And if the episode resonated with you, how about you help us out a little bit, maybe go to one of these sites here and leave a review. Leave a 5-star review. Five, five, five. Or you can find us on all of these socials, and I'm going to point over that way too, because I'm going to have yours. And you can come out there and tell us what your favorite sports logo is. Anytime you want to tweet, just hashtag Fave5 from fans, and we'll find out about it. You can also find us on YouTube. you'll see these two handsome faces. I mean, what more could you ask
Who
for?
wouldn't want to see it?
And we're all over the social medias. Um, Thank you. Seriously, thank you for being a part of the Plastic Microphone Studios family. And speaking of which, head on over to X and to Instagram at PM Studio Pod and find out about Average Home Theater, about Red Dog Rain, about the sequel house, and maybe some new stuff that's going to be coming out.
Hmm.
New episodes come out every Friday.
Well, I mean, most most Fridays.
Okay, one Friday. The one. So
I
be
mean, but
sure to.
every means all. So
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, right. All right. So be sure to subscribe and follow us so you can catch all of the episodes. And remember, folks, it may not be the best. It may not be the most popular, but if it's your favorite, that's good enough for us. Jay Hall, take us out.
world champion Oklahoma City Thunder.
I thought you were going to say the Gamecocks. I don't know.
No.